Hey, it's Luke here, and welcome to the 5 things I hate the most about my 2007 Volvo V70. Now, before you think I'm bashing on this car, if you've not checked out already, I released a video last week showing the 5 things I loved the most about this car. And I absolutely love this car. Objectively, it's probably the best car I've ever owned. But nevertheless, there is a few things that aren't quite as good as everything else, and here are the top 5 things I hate the most. Okay, so here's one problem. I've got my keys out of the car. I've got my side lights on. Now, what's going to happen when I open the door? You'd expect the car to do a warning chime saying, hey, the lights are still on, you've left them on, you need to turn them off. Absolutely nothing. And I thought this was a problem with the car. Maybe not registering the door was open or something. No, apparently all other V70s have the same quirks of them. And it's very annoying because the amount of times I come out to the car and realise I've left my lights on have been, well, uncountable. And lucky enough, they're all LEDs, factory LEDs on this, so they're not going to drain the battery, but still a point. If your battery's kind of low, you don't want to leave your lights on, do you? If you leave them in a full dip beam position and you take the keys out, the lights will turn off completely. Maybe that's the way Volvo intended the car to be driven, but I think previous owners have done that to this car, and you see both headlights have got scorch marks on them now because just heat of the main lights on constantly have caused them to burn out. So, I don't know, that's just a weird design feature that I wouldn't expect on a car that still is modern to be missing. I mean, actually down to the fact is, I don't understand why this car doesn't have automatic lights. This is an SE Lux, it's pretty much a top spec V70 you could get. It's got automatic wipers, it doesn't have automatic lights, which is a little bit bewildering. Can you hear how many rattles in this car? It's kind of unbelievable, considering it's meant to be a luxury car. And that's weird, because the car's really well built when it comes to stuff like the doors, the materials on offer. It's all really, really nice. You shut these doors and they got a fantastic solid reassuring thud to it. The wood is really nice, the leather's nice, but some of the lower down bits are just really not bolted together properly. Whereas on an Audi, something about my A4 had before this, everything had twice as much screws and bolts in as you think it should have had, and this is like the opposite. It's half the amount, and the panels are big, and they just rattle around quite a lot. So I'm thinking next year, or in a few months, we'll have to get some tester tape and try and pull everything apart and try and pad out behind the panels and just try and get a few of those rattles eliminated. Now I know there's a knock coming from the front suspension down here because it needs a lower wishbone. That's not the car's fault, that's just wear and tear. But the other stuff, like this centre console, see how much my hand's moving? The centre console's moving with my hand. It's like, that's just a little bit unexcusable. Can you hear that? Now, we can't talk about big Volvo without talking about practicality. Now, you think here, being a station wagon and it's nice and long, you'd have a ski hatch. But nope, you'd be dead wrong, it's just leather. Now, maybe I'd expect this in a saloon, but in a big wagon like this, it's just like, again, weird design choice. This car's from Sweden. It's a cold climate over there, especially in winter. People go skiing or snowboarding. I'm sure one of these will be very useful over there, or here in the UK at least. Okay, we might not go skiing here, but we all go to IKEA or go to our local DIY shop, and we're going to stick long pieces of wood or flat pack furniture right through here. Well, not in this car you're not going to. Okay, so when I got my V70, I was pretty excited because I thought this is going to be fantastic in the winter. Now, this is an SE Lux, which is like the highest spec normal V70 you can get without going to the likes of the R's. So they have quite a few features like xenon lights, electric heated memory seats, powerful mirrors, etc. So they're well equipped. One thing I was really looking forward to was the heated windscreen that the car had. I thought it's going to be fantastic. This hit it in the winter, it's just going to defrost the windscreen. And then I found out when you push this button, all it does is blow cold air onto the windscreen. This car has no heated windscreen. Now, you might be thinking, hey Luke, that's a Ford technology that's patented to their designs, which you're right. But in 1999, Ford bought Volvo, and this car was released in 2000. And my car's a 2007 model year. You know, they had 7 years to implement into this car, and they never. And I could understand by 1999, this car's design was probably finalised. There is very little, if any, Ford influence in this car, and I've yet to find a Ford stamp on anything. But surely this would have been so easy to implement. The button's already here on the dash. The windscreen just needs the heater element stuck in, and then a little bit of electrical wiring to, you know, allow it to turn on and off. And maybe the launch models wouldn't have come with it, but why, when the facelift rolled around 2004, didn't this feature eventually get implemented? I mean, let's be honest, mid-range Fiestas at the time had heated windscreens. Ford was like, you know, Volvo was a premium product in the Ford lineup above Fords. So why didn't like the top spec V70 have a heated windscreen? That's just one of those things I cannot understand. So if you've got an explanation for this, let me know in the comment section below. And if you have a P3 generation, the one after this, does your car have a heated windscreen? Because I know that car was designed under Ford ownership. So that's like, shares its platform with the Mondeo and all that. In this clip, you're going to see my V70 attempt to do a U-turn, followed immediately by my 2001 Vauxhall Astra. Where the V70 is pretty much falling off the curb at the end of the turn, the Astra clears it about 4 feet earlier. Now this makes a massive difference when you're driving in towns, or you're trying to pull into your driveway or reverse into a parking space in your local car park. Couple that with the fact that the V70 is a big car, with big overhangs and actually quite poor visibility, it does make manoeuvring this car pretty hard. Now I suspect part of this poor turning circle is down to the transversely mounted 5-cylinder engine, which is quite wide. And I've stated in the 5 things I love, one of the things that was best about this car is the engine. But I feel like that's also one of the compromises of having a wonderful engine, is having a really, really bad turning circle. But there we go. There's the top 5 things I hate the most about the Volvo V70. Now, if you want to see more videos like this in the future or other cars, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're alerted of that video as soon as it drops. But until then, thank you for watching, see you soon, and like always, take care.